Hi, welcome back. This is your reading in January 2026 for the sign of Aquarius. Aquarians, let's see what we have in store for you for January. Okay, your present day card is represented by the card of Judgment. So that can mean one of two things. Number one, you could be going through a scenario where you are judging someone or you're feeling judged yourself, or you've had some kind of an awakening. So something has happened and it triggered you, like the puzzle pieces came together and you're like, oh my God, what the heck just happened? So you're able to see it clearly now. All right. Your strength in all of this is the Queen of Swords. And these two cards go really well hand in hand. The Queen of Swords, she's very representative of seeking the truth and only wanting hearing the truth. So if you ask her a question, she wants a direct answer. She doesn't want like a political type of answer who beats around the bush. It's got to be straight up. So that's your strength. And I think that's how you had your awakening. You found something out, you found some truth out, and it triggered something in you where you're like, oh my God, this is what's been happening all along. Now, the weakness that you may have is the Hermit. So the Hermit is all about kind of going in isolation because you've done something for such a long time, right? You've climbed this mountain, you've put in a lot of work, hard work, and now it's time to kind of take a break and reflect on where this has gotten you. Um, so the weakness here could be the isolation, right? So removing yourself from society, especially, Aquarius, I know you like to be social, very, very important for you. So when it comes to Judgment and the Hermit, very good chance that um, the ability to go to isolate yourself to think things through also triggered that awakening. So it's like you found things out, you went into hermit mode, and you had that awakening in your present day. Makes perfect sense to me. I don't know what that awakening is. We'd have to pull a lot more cards for that. Now, let's look into your recent past. So here we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is representative of almost taking a time out in your relationship, and going under a tree, meditating, trying to figure things out. Is this right for you or isn't it? You can see there's some empty cups and there's a full one. So just you're trying to reflect here on the good and the bad, basically. And then you've got Judgment, and then we have the near future card. We've got the High Priestess. So she's all about seeing through the secrets. Okay, so her third eye is open. She is able to see between the conscious and the subconscious. And it's quite interesting. It's very fitting for this story, to be quite honest. And I almost gather that this spread right now is kind of leaning towards some kind of a relationship that you've had with someone. So we'll talk more about this. We're going to put a couple of more cards about, the past, present, future, and how you got there. But right now we're going to talk about the four corners here. So the four corners are the four elements. So the first one here is earth. And earth is representative of your needs, such as your home, your vehicle, your food, your finances. And here we've got the Page of Cups. Pages are generally messengers, and this one here specifically, there's an emotional state or emotional component to it. and it's almost like something's going to happen out of the blue, right? So something's going to take you by surprise. So it's almost polar opposite of an earth element, which is very, very grounded. Um, what I'm seeing here is, this goes hand in hand as well. So something caught you by surprise, and it gave you an awakening, right? You've got something caught you by surprise. Again, the truth was revealed. So it's very hand in hand that something came out and you woke up to it. Okay. Now let's take a look at the next element, which is the air element, which is your mental state or your mental um, capability and so on. And there we have the devil. That, sure enough, that plays right into the hands of everything that's happening here. The devil is all about addiction to sex, drugs, alcohol. It could be manipulation, right? Um, you're just being played, is what it's saying. So your mental state right now, I feel like you're in a little bit of a confusion, even though you're in an awakening state. You've been awakened. It's almost still confusing as how you got there and what the heck happened and why did it happen. The next one is the fire element. And here we have the Fool. My God, there's a lot of major arcana cards for you, for Aquarians. The Fool. The Fool is all about new beginnings, taking that leap of faith, trusting the intuition, trusting the universe that they're going to catch your back. And in the fire position, it's basically saying it's full steam ahead for you. That passion that lies there, as an Aquarian, you like to go out there, you like to explore, you like to socialize. You don't know what it's going to bring you, but it feeds you that internal spark. Okay, and then lastly is the water element, which is your emotion. And here we have the Knight of Wands. So in an emotional state, the Knight of Wands is basically, it's saying that you're taking, you can get involved in something very, very quick without knowing the consequences. So you can become attached to someone or something very, very quickly without realizing what the consequences are. And I think that's what happened here, right? So I think in your past that might have happened. You got attached very quickly, and then things started to come out. Some truths started to come out. You had your awakening with your hermit phase, and then you're now able to see through the secrets. You're able to see through the manipulation that occurred to you, and you're willing to just, you know what, go ahead and still take a leap of faith and see where the universe puts you. So that's a good position to be in. Now let's see how we got from the past to the present. We have the Hangman, another major arcana card. The Hangman is about looking at things from a different perspective. So no more being structured. Open your eyes, open your mind. Think of maybe how someone else would think of things instead of just you, right? It's not just about you. So we go from the Four of Cups, feeling a little bit in despair, contemplation, meditation, to maybe looking at things differently, to the Judgment card. So it's almost as if now you're looking at the relationship that you were in from a different perspective and now saying, oh my God, that's why I was treated that way. So that's kind of what's happening. That's how you got to this awakened state. Now we go from the awakened state to the High Priestess through the Four of Wands, which is about celebration. And that makes sense, right? So once you're awakened, right, you celebrate that you can see these things. And going forward now, it's almost like no one can pull the wool over your eyes. You can see through the secrets. You're not blinded. You just have to be careful of the devil if it comes again towards you. So I'm going to say, in the near future, just be very, very careful. The devil is not manipulating things so that you're unable to see them. But the way the line is flowing, the way the spread is flowing, it's almost as if it's like 1, 2, 3, and this is going to happen first, which is it already happened, which is why you're in this state, to being able to see through the nonsense, and then you're going to take another leap of faith and just go with what the universe is going to offer you. So Aquarians, I hope this resonates with you. If it does, hit the like button, share it. Don't forget to comment. I look forward to the comments to see how that resonates with you. And until next month, don't forget to shine your light.